Hello. I'm not sure if this is going live or not. I am reaching out and I'm not sure if it's going live or not, but hopefully it is. And we will get started. Hi, everyone. Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach, and I really wanted to take some time to speak with you today. And today is story time. I am excited because I haven't talked about this since it happened. I wanted to talk today just briefly, as you know, as we prepare ourselves and get ready for Beginner to Broadway and Beyond Masterclass, which is happening on March 11th at 3 p.m. I really wanted to take some time to just talk to you about different things that we will be talking about. But one particularly I really wanted to hit on is the audition. I'm not sure how many of you have had an opportunity to go into I'm gonna call it the real audition. So what do you mean by that? That means you have auditions for school, you go into school plays, and you audition for roles and things like that. And then you audition, after school programs, you go into things and you have auditions for that. Then you have auditions for like community plays and you do things like that. But then when you go to Broadway and you're auditioning for major tours that's traveling, it's a little different. And I think this would be, I now think about it, it was my first audition. It was a cattle call. And they were auditioning for the color purple. And at the time, when they did the audition, I was so nervous. I was nervous because it was my first time ever auditioning anywhere, ever. And in doing this audition, it was one of those where I was like, am I going to do this right? What's going to happen? Are people going to be looking? I mean, who's going to be in this room? I just had all kinds of things that were happening, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? So I went in. I didn't have necessarily my audition book complete, but I did have some sheet music with me. And in doing this, this type of audition, and I'm talking to you while I am typing on a computer, just so you know what's going on. But in this audition, it was my first time. Somebody else had come in and they asked me to see if I could possibly help them with audition material. And I was like, what? So when they asked me for that, I was like, well, what do you need from me? And so I was like, well, I guess I can help you. What do you need? So they said, well, can I just borrow your music? I'm going to go in and I'm going to sing your song. And I was like, can you do that? Now, understand this, guys. It was my first time auditioning. I didn't know that they'll hear other people singing other people's song. I thought you had to have your own song, come up with your own way of doing things, and be able to make it happen. That's what I thought. I had no idea that you could go in and do something like this. So I was so frustrated and I was embarrassed. I didn't know what was happening. I was like, okay, how are we doing this? How's this going to be happening? And what's going to be said? I didn't know a thing. So I went in the room. I knew I was going to audition for Sophia. I wanted to audition for Sophia. The role. You told Harpo to beat me? really ready for the audition, but I was so nervous. I was nervous. I was looking around the room. I was looking at everybody else. And while I was in there, they were putting on makeup, putting on clothes, and stretching and getting themselves together. The dancers were preparing themselves to dance. Then you had folks doing vocal warm-ups and vocal leases and things like that. And I was just sitting there. So I went upstairs. I don't know if I was in Pearl Studios or Chelsea Studios. I don't know where it was, but it was at one of the Equity Studios. And so I got in there and I went in to try to prepare myself for this. And I went upstairs to do some warm-ups. I came back down. And when the person asked me for my music, they took the music, they went in, sung the song, and came back out. So when it was time for me to sing, you know, the song seemed like it was in the wrong key. I was like, okay, did I not transition this key? I was just so nervous. I was so nervous. I was nervous in the audition. It was my first audition. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to expect. And I was prepared, but I was not prepared. You know what I mean by that? Have you ever been in an audition and you call yourself being prepared for the audition, but you're so nervous about it, you're not prepared? I forgot the words. I stood in front of and then when I finally got in the room, we were lined up against the wall. There was a proctor there that was letting people in and out. And then the people called me in. And they asked me to go in to sing. And I was like, I'm sorry, somebody else just sung my song. And they was like, it's okay, just sing the song, you know. I didn't know that when you're in an audition, you're not singing against the person that was prior to you. You're singing against the music that they're looking for to hear your voice, hear your style, hear your range, hear your ability. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I was like, man, I don't, you know, but I learned that all later. I learned it all later. And, you know, eventually I got myself together, but I was so upset. It like ruined my whole audition. I don't even think I got a chance to do any of the reading because I got kicked out of the first round. So, the next time I had this opportunity, a sister was ready. A sister was ready. Matter of fact, going into auditions and just being able to practice going into auditions, that's one. Building up confidence, building up character. I got to a point where I would go into auditions and I would say, excuse me, everybody, let's come together. I just asked the guy, can I use this piano? I'm going to warm up all your voices at the same time. Do whatever you need to do. I'm going to run these scales, and you wait, you make it happen. It was like, yeah, thanks, Babs. Thanks, Babs. And I will go in, I'll run the scales. I'll tell them lip trills, whatever you're going to do. I mean, make sure that you reach your highest points. I will take them from the lowest all the way to the highest. You know, because I was a music teacher, so I was really ready and totally involved to be able to teach the people. So I got to a point where I was very comfortable in auditions. Because I got comfortable, when it was time to stand in front of a casting agent, whether it was a casting agent A, a casting agent C, or a casting agent D, it really didn't matter. Because at that point, I understood the process. When you're doing these things, there is a process to doing them. And it's important that you understand the process. And you know, these are the things that I'm going to be talking about inside that master course that will get people together. And when you sign up, I've been putting some things together that you really need to know. I've done the footwork for you. So it is something that it's a download that you're going to receive. And this is, I'm talking to moms or momagers or those that identify as moms or her, you know, however way you want to put it. I believe this is a class that is most definitely needed for many, many that are beginning this journey. I'll never forget when I first started, I had to go get me a book, and I can't even think of the name of that book. But I got me a book. I sat down because I was walking through towns trying to figure out how to do an audition. I didn't know where to go. I was just a little girl from Gary, Indiana, trying to figure out how to make it in this big city. I would take a train from Connecticut to New York, and I would just walk the streets. I would walk the streets because I wanted to learn the audition process. I wanted to learn. I wanted to hear what I needed to hear. I wanted to meet people that was auditioning like myself. I wanted to find out what is it that they knew that I did not know. I wanted to be able to be that little bright light. Of course, you want your name in lights, but it's a process. It's a process. You can't just do this and think, hey, this is just going to be it, this end all and be all. No, it's a process. And let me tell you, being denied an opportunity to be able to be in the role was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Because not only did I gain the confidence of being able to find out what was going on, I sent my little thank you note, and then I turned around and made a phone call and said, do you mind me asking why I wasn't chosen? You had already done callbacks like 4 or 5 times and I wasn't chosen. And then the person said, hey, your singing voice was not, there was no match to you. It was uncomparable. But then when you got into speaking, you were reading the script. We don't need you reading the script. I was like, what? They said, no, when you come in, don't read the script. I want you to know who you are. I want you to own that thing like you walking in there like you about to start this as an award-winning performance. What did they say that to me for? Man, I went home. I eternalized it. I walked down the street with it. I was riding buses with it. I was in the classroom with it. Everywhere. When I hit those stages again, not that I just booked that job, but I booked 3 hairsprays at one time. And they was like, which one are you going to choose? Thank God I was a negotiator because I was an equity. So it wasn't just a price for me. I was non-equity. So I got a chance to say, here, let's do some bidding. Let's talk here. This is what I'm looking for. They told me what they were giving. And I said, nah, this is what I'm looking for. I said, I thank God that I am wanted in more than one area and more than one venue, because when you go to New York City, they have something called like a cattle call. People come in from all over the world to come in to audition people in New York so you can go back to their regional venues and be able to do their performances and their productions. So it was an opportunity of a lifetime to be able to be rejected, because what that was a setback for a setup. I was so excited about getting an opportunity to hear what they really wanted. They told me what they wanted, what they needed. And I was like, wow. So you're trying to tell me I'm thinking one way. See, our minds get in the way, guys. It gets in the way. This is why you need to know, what is the casting director looking for? What are they thinking? What do they want? Now, listen, I'm not telling you stuff that I don't know. This is something I've lived, I've gone through, I've walked through these shoes for children so they can have this opportunity to go into these auditions on first rounds and second rounds and just kill it. Why? Because now I know what it takes so I can be able to help your child start their career. Okay? So I want you to share this video. Share this video to people that you know that want to be able to be on Broadway or on any major show or competition or stage. And I want you to, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. When I say Broadway, Broadway, I want you to catch that. Catch that. When I say Broadway, I'm not talking about 7th Avenue Broadway, the street, New York City. I'm talking about Broadway because it is so many avenues to what you need. It could be in film. It could be commercials. It could be singing competitions, all these different things that they got. It could be something at your schools. I want you to open your minds when I tell you what tools and techniques you need to get where you need to go. I'm going to help your child come out of that shell. You know how people get shy, they get scared, they don't know where to go, and they don't know what to do. Well, I'm here for that. That's why I'm here for you, so you can get what you need to be able to succeed. Okay? So that's it for today, guys. But I just wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to give you an understanding of how that audition process really works, so you don't go in and be like, what do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? Where do I go? If you don't know, you better contact Babs, the International Vocal Coach. And why don't you guys make sure you sign up for the Beginner to Broadway series so I can give you those 12-step guides. And I'm going to take you through this process. Even before you complete the process, if you follow what I'm telling you, you're going to be a very happy person. You'll be a momager in no time. And for those that don't know what a momager is, that is a mom manager. Okay? So don't waste time. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. And let's get those children on those stages. Okay? I so many people that have so many things that they want to do. Let's get the books together, get the demos together, and we're going to talk about all of that inside this study. Okay? Thanks so much, guys. And I'm on like so many different platforms right now. So if you see me going from one to the next, that's because I'm closing stuff out. All right. Again, sign up with Babs, the International Vocal Coach. And this will be under beginnertobroadway.com. Again, that's beginnertobroadway.com. Thanks so much for listening. You guys have been amazing. If you have questions, if you have comments, leave them. Leave them below. All right? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. All right? Talk to you soon. Bye. And I'm going one at a time, cutting off things. Best part, I always leave you last. You ever notice? So anyway, listen, guys. Listen. This is your opportunity. Let me take it off of here. This is your opportunity so you can be able to get what you need. I don't want you to miss the opportunity to be able to go in and manifest what you need to do. Okay? We're going to be talking about what's happening. We're going to talk about what songs might be the best songs so you can be able to go in. Every song is not an audition song. When you're building those books, you need to make sure those cuts are in there. 8, 16, 32. Don't have the person running around stressed out on your book trying to help you out, and then you turn around and can't give the best of what you need. Okay? There are so many things I need to talk to you about, but let's not waste time. You need to sign up to beginnertobroadway.com. That's TO. All right? beginnertobroadway.com. Thanks so much. It's a pleasure talking to you. Bye-bye.